morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone watching stream on this lovely Monday evening. Hi, I'm Aki, and I'm joined by my lovely co-caster tonight, Queen Bee. Queen Bee, say hi!
Hey yo, what's up, what's up? How's everyone doing tonight? Woo!
Woo! I am so glad to be back in casting. It's been such a long time since I've been able to bless the audiences with my voice.
Oh
So,
yeah. Surely a blessing to us all, but also a blessing to have you back in media. Woo, 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 woo,
woo!
woo.
I'm excited to be here. Alright. So, um, looks like we'll be getting into map bans very shortly. But in the meantime, let me just say that this is a match to be watching tonight. We have KC Cold Brew versus MF Enforcers, and what a doozy of a game do we have here! Oh my god! First of all, both these teams have been doing great. They've just kind of tearing it up this season, and I'm really excited to see this. These two teams go head to head. It's like the second half of the season. Everyone's like, holy crap, everything's going. And so, yeah.
Well, not only is everything going, but everything is starting to become even closer in Apprentice. KC Cold Brew is currently tied for first, just a little short with round win percentage. So I'm sure today they're going to be looking for that round win percentage boost with a 2-0 here. Whereas the Mafia is really looking to just get up there in the standings. This match will bring them up to third place should they 2-0. But looking at the map bans here, we already have our first map ban in, Aki. Look at that Icebox ban. Are we surprised to see that come out of MF or come out of an Apprentice team?
Honestly, I'm not surprised at all. This season, from my personal experience at least, I don't remember a single time playing Icebox personally, and looks like we won't be going to Antarctica today either. So, you know, Icebox being the first out makes a lot of sense to me. I don't think a lot of teams particularly like playing that map. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it is surely not a out there pick, just to get it out there. But yeah.
I will say that is not coming as a surprise from MF, also thinking about the agents that they like to play and their play style. I am intrigued to see what KC Cold Brew is going to do here. We do not see a Breeze ban yet, and last match day in Apprentice was one of the first times we saw Breeze being played. Is today a Breeze hit? Who knows? Are they going to call each other's bluff?
Oh, just as that. Never mind. Breeze.
You know what? Maybe I should just speak about it. The more I speak on a map, it will be banned. So Aki, another one coming in.
Oh, coming in, hot diggity dog. So after Breeze, the opposite temperature of Icebox, by the way, we have a ban of Split. Now I think this one's a little more of like not exactly a surprise, because I have seen a few teams play Split, quite a few of them actually. But considering, honestly, yeah, this is still kind of out there. I feel like Split is a map that could go either way. So, honestly, this kind of thing just kind of goes down to maps that MF or KC don't want to play, and I guess the enforcers aren't feeling like enforcing anything on Split tonight. I don't know. So, I guess we won't be seeing any. Where's even Split? Like freaking Tokyo or something?
I'm not quite sure where, but definitely in Apprentice, a lot of people are talking about how one-sided the map is, and you can say it's Cap, you can say it's Copian, whatever it may be, you can tell that Split was definitely not a fan on either side here. That does leave one more ban, and then that leads us straight into picks. Aki, what are we thinking is going to be a pick today? What map do you think is... Oh, well, we've got ban with Sunset, so that lowers the pool.
Interesting. Okay, I actually was going to say Sunset might be played tonight, but I guess I could be wrong. I guess Casey just hates LA that much. But I think, honestly, one of them might pick Lotus. I think that's one of my picks. And what other maps are there? Ascent and Bind? Ooh. I feel like Ascent and Bind are both maps that just, like, everyone is... I wouldn't say comfortable on, but wouldn't be too mad about playing on either way. Like, maps like Icebox, Breeze, I feel like a lot of people really feel animosity. At least, I could be speaking for myself. Personally, I hate Breeze. So I could just be speaking out of personal animosity here. But I feel like a lot of people in general don't like the first two maps banned. Oh, well, I guess I was wrong, because the first pick is Bind, actually, which surprises me.
I was going to say, going with one of the OG maps, Bind, we don't see that as a top pick usually from MF, but KC does seem to have an agent pool that really does like to play around Bind, particularly Bind defense, so it'll be very exciting to see what their defense look like. and see what they pick. And Ascent coming in as one of the second OG maps to come in. Now I'm just waiting on MF to pick what side they would like to play on Bind. It looks like they're going to start on defense on Bind. So we'll see a strong KC attack here. And then we're just waiting. KC does pick defense on Ascent first. Would you say that Ascent is the defense-sided map, Aki?
I think, technically speaking, yes, Ascent is absolutely a defense-sided map. But I feel like in Apprentice, a lot of teams know how to execute sites fairly okay, and they know how to work together just because they're calming so much to each other. So I feel like Ascent can actually be very even, if not extremely attacker-sided, just because people are so coordinated, and coordinated pushes work a lot, and it does wonders, and even against like very strong Sentinels and agents, like Killjoy comes to mind, especially for Ascent. Even against like really good Killjoy, a really good attack can really split apart a defense. So it's not exactly defense-sided per se, especially with team play.
It'll be very interesting to get into agent select here in the next couple of minutes, just to see what everybody is really hoping to be able to play, but also to be able to see what type of strengths we are going to see. Are we going to see a strong attack site on Bind here on the part of KC, or is MF going to be able to, with their agent pool, hold down the fort per se? But looking, Aki, speaking and segueing just before we get into agent select here, talking a little bit about this L7 Gamba. Would you say you're an L7 Gamba enjoyer yourself?
I'm so glad you brought it up. Every single match day, you can see me gambaing. I think I have a few bets going in tonight. Okay, so let me pull it up, okay? So the current gambas we have going on tonight, first of all, of course, who will, if it's 2-0 for KC or MF, or it's a 1-1, of course. And then the gambas go as follow: 1-on-1 KC, VK versus Royal. Both are the duelists of their teams. Both usually frag out a lot, so it's not really a surprise that that's a gamba. Next is Trico versus Drag for first kills. Obviously, both Trico and Drag put up huge numbers every single time. The amount of times I got undoned by both of these guys is insane. I cannot. And then assists, Young Civic versus Ace. So, I think there's another one. And then, just to cap it off, KD, Jam and Otter, or Ilaru's Fuglins, or Blossom or Cheerleader, and Searing. So, it's going to be a really good matchup. I personally have stakes going into this, but let's head into Agent Select.
Let's get right into it, everybody. As we get into this agent select here, you did say that MF Royal and KCVK are their strong duelist players. Let's see what type of duelist they're feeling today. Are they going to be using the ISO, the new Neon, the new Reyna? Are they going to be sticking to their tried and true? Currently, we do see some hovers of KCVK on that ISO. Coach Searing just hovering. I think that might be for fun, but who knows? You never know what Coach Searing's going to play in Apprentice chat these days. But so far, are we seeing anything that could be troll for the stream, or do you think that you see something that seems pretty atypical for these teams here? Looking mostly at MF, I do see some pretty atypical things for MF, actually.
Really? I actually know close to nothing about both of these teams, as I played for a few match days. I went to Europe for 2 weeks, and then I am now in FA. So I actually don't know a lot about the Apprentice teams, although I'm an Apprentice player myself. I will say the entirety of KC has already locked in. All of them, a Race, a Sky, a Brim, a Deadlock, and ISO. The only one that really jumps out to me, again, I have no idea if Otter plays Deadlock, but I think Deadlock in general is kind of an out there pick. I've seen it a few times in Apprentice before. I'm just surprised to see her in general, seeing as she's considered one of the weaker Sentinels currently out in the meta right now.
I will say that Otter has known to be a Deadlock enjoyer, depending on if she's playing with a solid team, and I would say KC is a solid team for her to be able to play Deadlock on. Mostly Otter using a lot of utility to help with super aggressive takes, so helping stop those super aggressive takes as opposed to the lurks. So it'll be interesting to see what MF does to combat the Deadlock Just because, like I said, we haven't seen it in stream much, we haven't seen it in gameplay much, so it'll be very exciting to see that. Going on the side of MF, Drag on Chamber as their Sentinel. Feeling really excited about that for the L7 Gambit, but also to see some potential operator moments on behalf of Drag here. And we do see an ISO show match between Coach Searing and KCVK here. Very exciting to see all of these people on these agents. I think it's going to definitely be a solid matchup.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what both these teams bring out here. I will say the team of MF is a little less surprising for me, aside from Searing. But with the new ISO buffs, honestly, I see it. A lot of the times, ISO even just in comp, just domes me, and then I'm like, oh. And then I sit back in my chair and I just drink my water, and I'm like, okay. So, you know, let's see. So it looks like KC are on the side of the attackers, and MF are on defense. MF are going for a very standard 3-2 on B and A. Looks like they want to be aggressive at a B long, B and hookah actually, but it looks like it's not really matter because Casey's about to just run into A, into their weaker site, and the two defenders on A are very close by. No one on site. The hit has just commenced. Trico's gone into U-Haul. Looks like the tank was a little off there, but they got the bomb down. Some of them are taking a little hit damage from the Brim Molly, but the retake is already starting. All three of them shooting that wall, but looks like Roy's gonna contest two of them in U-Haul. Let's see what they're gonna do here. Alright. So it looks like a lot of the MF has funneled that back side. Peeking into Coach Swing will take the first kill of the entire map onto Otter, and Drag will do the same on Pacific, but Trigo will refrag onto two, making it a 3v3. Let's see. Searing another one onto VK, and then Rose takes the jam. Looks like the defuse will come in for MF. The retake was successful, and that's a pistol round for MF.
Is a pistol round for MF. Coach Searing coming in with that 3K and a strong shield on pistol, but we did see quite a strong take from KC. It felt like they almost had a free sight with the MF defenders going back, playing together, playing a full man retake, and we did see some really fun Brim volleys there. I will say that that was a very good round for MF if they can keep it up. KC is looking to play a little bit more back to A again, just because they do have little guns. I'd be intrigued to see if they do a full showers push or if they continue to just go onto site as a default. We are seeing Reyna and Brim ready to accept the KC attack, so we'll see how this goes.
I guess that Searing hasn't bought a gun with the rest of his team, but it looks like he's maybe trying to get a gun from his teammates if they fall.
Smoke's down.
Maybe he just figured that he didn't need one. His 4 teammates already had one. But it looks like another A shot is commencing. Looks like they got the first fight, but Royal takes on the first blood on Pacific into smoke to miss distance safely into CT, but KC has sight. The wall has been on CT, and the plant has gone down. But now it's a 4v4, but the guns aren't in favor of him, fairly. But as I say that, VK takes down Ace from Heaven. He's got a judge now, but Searing refrags onto Otter. Oh, the reload gets him, but Gem takes him down. Looks like they're posted up, seems to calm down. The 2v2 again. Let's see. Both players in call. Oh, that shield saving me.
One enemy remaining.
But it looks
Last
like it's
player
1v1,
standing.
a judge versus a Spectre. Let's see who can make this happen again. But the pressure's on Royal to make things happen. 9 HP, and VK's got a judge. If he just jumps. Here we go. The Thirsty comes in for KC. 1-1. And bomb down. VK will survive
down. 100%, and that just comes to show that just because you have a gun, just because you lose pistol, and they have that bonus, doesn't mean that you can't thrifty them and win the round. They did have a really good take, KC, often playing together. We did see a lot of ISO shielding there that led to the 1v1 Royal v VK, and VK able to win it out just because Royal was 9 HP. Looking at their buy here, MF is a little bit lost here with only 2 Sheriffs and 3 Classics. It'll be interesting to see the dynamic here.
Going up against 4 rifles and a judge is tough, especially in a save, but it looks like Drax about to peek into 2 of them, manages to TP out, but Rania half HP and she wasn't able to buy shield this round. Forced to vacate hookah, but it looks like Casey's going for an extremely fast B hit. They know they've spotted Searing backside, the Satchel come in. Trigo is about to just mess up Dragon's elbow, unfortunately. One more CT, 2 more CT, they are all... Wow, this round is going by so fast. But Casey have sight. It's a 5v2, and the 2 members left on MF have a Sheriff and a Classic. I don't see how they're going to win this one, but looks like Looks like they're just letting things down. They're seeing if anyone gets maybe a little aggressive, but it doesn't seem like the members of KC are going to budge an inch. So this retake is going to be really difficult for them. The C's comes out from Otter, but they're just watching CT. Nothing special. The wall's down.
Last
But
player
the guns
standing.
are up. Nothing is going to stop these guys from just shooting them down. Well, all Royal's got is a sheriff. Looks like he's just gonna like to stay back, maybe see if he can get one or two exits.
Team
But
Ace.
gets cleaned up by Otter. Second round goes in favor of KC.
Yeah, Ace and Royal there, really
just
caught between a rock and a hard place, honestly.
recharge.
Casey really using their gun advantage there, just running in, VK getting a lot of his shots. Casey's definitely well known for those aggressive type takes, but you could tell that they weren't greedy there. Making MF have to make the move when they had plant down, basically using that type of play to their advantage to kind of get the ball back in Casey's court and take the power. It is 2-1. Honestly, I think this is going to be a good matchup now that everyone's got guns.
Yeah, but the real thing to notice is that two members of MF, Searing and Cheerleader, have light shield compared to KC, which all 5 of them have heavy. But it looks like Ace is going to grab that orb and showers. They found out there's no one there, so they're just poking around on A, but they might be hearing that dog from Hookah, so that must at least alert Searing and Drag to a potential B push. And Drag is about to come up on several members of KC. Up long, but Searing gets taken down first, and Drag is second to fall from VK and Otter respectively. KC once again have sight. The bomb is going to go down without any
Spike planted.
without being contested, and Civic's just gonna spam Cheerleader down through the smoke, and looks like they're just gonna try and push CT. Royal gets first take off the streak over MF, but realistically, they're smoked off. Even though both members of MF are CT, and if they could play off each other. Oh! All of a sudden, the round suddenly becomes a little more winnable. It's a 2v3 in favor of KC still, but they've got, although they don't have a lot of time to work with, and KC still very much has a lot of sight, they have to start making a move now. Looks like Royal's going for an elbow push. About to get met with possibly Civic Shorty, but looks like both Ace and Royal opt to save.
Last player standing.
While Civic dies, he managed to get the kill onto Royal instead. A third round for KC.
Wow, what a round. So many different things happening. Drag getting caught out in the corner there by Otter. And I would honestly call that round the battle of the smoke sprays. Everybody just getting killed through those smokes there. Definitely, even though those brimstokes are cosmetic, you can still die through them. Very interesting round, and you can tell MF was really trying to communicate there, calling Royal back, calling for the save, whereas Karan getting a little greedy, trying to get as many guns as possible, leaving MF ecoing a little bit here, along with a Bucky, a Stinger, and a Dream.
And these weaker guns have forced MF to possibly try a new strat in this long smoke with a Bucky and a Stinger right behind it, but are they ready for 3 members of KC to be actually holding this smoke? I don't know. In the meantime, Coach Steering has gone down, and the defense is already at a 5v4. But let's see. Otter takes down Cheerleader, who is hiding in the smoke, and at the same time, the dog goes out of Hookah. B is free, and KC are about to know that fact. But looks like Drag is on his timing and gets the first pick for MF.
It's you and me.
However, that ult, I think, missed, so doesn't matter if the side has already
Spike
taken
down,
cover.
B.
But it's a 3v2 in favor of NF. All of a sudden, Dragon A is both getting kills. And the spike is down in Hookah. And VK
Last
and Otter
player
clear this up for
standing.
team. It's looking less and less possible as he picks up Otter, and VK takes a hit from the chamber off. But he's trying to walk back around Hookah, see what he can do. But he has no idea where a lot of these people are. At the time, as more time passes and more sense makes, MF knows where he is, but he
30
doesn't know where they
seconds
are at
left.
all. Let's see. Even if he tries to walk in, he does hear the footsteps of one of them outside in Hookah, but they're guarding the bomb, and he's on 23 HP. He cannot pull out his gun to get out of this one. And MF takes their second round, fairly convincingly.
very convincingly. Drag really coming out huge there with those kills on as Chamber, but you could tell really the support was there from MF Ace, healing her, getting her ready for the next battle, and Royal able to clean it up. You could tell that those three just worked so well together to stop the oppressive KC attack. And now, if you look at it, it's kind of forcing them into an A hit here, forcing them away from B site, leaving kind of Royal, who's on his own right now, just waiting on Ace. It'll be a 5-man take on A. It'll be very exciting to see this play out.
I've got your trail. A with an immediate Seeker's pop. Going to MF side by far. The Array's hold an ISO wall. The cabbage is going out everywhere and everything. But looks like the ISO managed to yoink someone, so it'll be a 4v4 for now. Trico does manage to get the frag onto Searing though in that ult, but they don't know that Ace is backside. Will he get a kill? He will! And Civic, but little does he know, Civic is still in U-Haul. He's looking. While he's trying to buy time for his teammates to break that deadlock wall. And where can they finally have the retake commences? Ace finds his own teammate, but they're taking U-Haul. They're trying to take more space. What will they do with it though? VK is going to vulnerable, try and space. The dog is right there, but the Brim is there too. And looks like the retake
last player standing.
A little longer.
One enemy remaining.
Cheerleaders. It's a 1v1. Brim versus Brim. That volley did not completely land. Let's see who wins. Blossom gets the third, but cannot get the defuse. It's a 2-4 in favor of KC.
What a round from both sides there. Cheerleader definitely getting the last couple of kills there to try to win the round, but timing was on the side of KC. I'm noticing with the Deadlock is being able to use their utility post-plant, which is really what stopped a lot of the play and it stopped a lot of the utility. With MF Ace just W positioning on his part between the ISO ult, between the smokes, between everything. He really found his little pocket there, so that was really exciting to watch. But looking at the side of KC, it looks like they're going towards B with one person committing to A. We'll see if this is a forced, aggressive push or if they're kind of defaulting here.
Now, one important thing to know while KC inch up of B is that Drag, this is the first round that an op has come out this game at all from Drag on A, but I don't think it's going to matter for a bit. They're not going where Drag is going, and looks like Ace is going to be the first one to get first contact in Hookah. Looks like things have slowed down. Royal pushing into Trico, just waiting for that push, but seems that seems to be the trigger for going to A, but wait, Drag managed to take out Trico, who was going to be the initial part of the plan, but looks like the rest of KC fairly solidly have A anyway. Looks like the plan will go down to Jam. And Dragon's on planted. Cheerleader managed to get one more with the ult though. Shield gets broken onto VK. He's trying to stall the rest of the team. And looks like the retake has already commenced in full effect. MF have the entirety of site. That dog managed to get the kill onto Young Civic.
One enemy remaining.
And Drag reeling them in. But everything against KC right now. But Otter gets one. Will get another likely from that goal.
One enemy remaining.
Will he manages to quit. A 4K for Otter. Oh my god.
That was quite fun.
That was not something I expected, but god was it beautiful to watch.
Was that wild to watch? It honestly looked like MF had that, but Otter really just said no. I think the ult was definitely in her favor, along with that Brim smoke, playing in and outside of it to solidify the 4K. Just wow. Also, a lurking duelist out of Trico getting the opening pick on A to call for that A rotate there. That was definitely a good call on behalf of KC. Now going into the next round, 5v2, and we see the most of KC headed towards B here.
Yeah, honestly, I'm still reeling for that Otter clutch. That was amazing. But let's see, KC are just trying to be a little patient outside of B. Looks like MF kind of have the read on them as they're posted up with Buckies and shotguns and weaker guns for the most part. But they're taking the close angles, but VK still managed to get the first blood onto Searing, ISO versus ISO. And it looks like KC are actually electing to leave. VK's getting currently healed, but looks like it's a close call versus looks like they're just kind of dilly-dallying in mid, but this is just giving Royal a lot of time and space to be able to flank them. And with the deadlock being their only sentinel, like Kane's managed to get his with a Bucky, but gets immediately traded by VK. But little do they know that Royal's about to pinch all three of them in the back. Let's see what happens. Oh, Royal, Jam and BK both turn around at the last second and manage to double up on Royal. But now it actually looks like the bomb is heading towards A, which is currently completely empty. They have the read on this, and they have a free site. Drag and Cheerleader
30 seconds
both
left.
just with a Bucky and a Sheriff respectively.
Breaking
It's
down.
tough, especially with 4 rifles, but I mean, if Otter can clutch that last round beautifully, I'm sure that Drag has now picked up a Vandal, so anything's really possible for these two. Looks like they're just trying to, they're both doubled up, trying to see if they can find anyone lurking flank, but little do they know that no one's there, and no one's hearing them either. But the only one that might is Civic. Looks like they're just hanging out in B-Long though. Their econ is pretty bad. I don't think it's a 4v2. I don't think it's in their best interest to try and win this one. The best they might be able to do is get a few exits, but with their positioning, I don't think anyone's really going to see them unless they sprint all the way through their own spawn into A, or to B, pardon me. But, you know, bomb
A good
explodes.
round. Bomb
Yeah.
explodes. I do think saving the guns here is definitely the play. Their eco is weak. If they're going to survive, they might as well survive with the guns. Definitely an interesting play on behalf of MF, being able to get the Bucky kill, but I would honestly say that Royal had such a good idea, but that was typical Valorant timing with both Otter and BK just happening to peek at the exact moment that he goes into hookah there. But the call to go back to A actually kind of devastated MF there. A lot of KC rotates we're seeing here. Yes, they're getting aggressive, but they're not getting
Teleport's ready.
greedy to the point where they use that aggression to get a little bit egotistical. They're definitely playing a little bit safer.
Now it's Royal.
Raise it. My
Peeking
ult's
showers
ready.
gets the pick onto Trigo. BK's peak pick, and his shield comes up a little too late to save his teammate. Unfortunately, all he can do is grab the orb in his teammate's favor.
It's
Looks
you
like-
and me.
Looks like he attempts to yoink someone from A, but the ult does not connect, and neither do Drag's bullets onto whoever was on the boxes. But looks like they're all electing to leave anyway. They said, I'm out of here, I don't want this smoke. Which is a very good read on the KC, since a lot of the members of MF, but it looks like Blossom electing to rotate a little early, saying there's no one here. And no one here is right, because they're on B.
Spike
Ace
down
and Cheerleader
B.
both get one pick. Ace does manage to get traded by BK, but the bomb still manages to go down.
One enemy
Oh.
remaining.
The bomb gets interrupted. Searing and Cheerleader get secure the round for MF, 3 on the board.
3 on the board, and what a way to break up the momentum on behalf of KC. Royal peeking out and getting that opening pick really had to force KC off of that A site, head towards B, where MF was able to win their gunfights, be able to play together, but also get the round and hopefully break the momentum and start MF getting the rounds again. At least that's what I would be thinking if I were MF. It is bind, it is defense, and we're seeing such a strong attack from KC. MF really needs these rounds in order to get the confidence they need, but looks like Casey's headed towards B. We do see 3 people on B site ready to accept them.
Now we see the smoke came out a few rounds ago from Blossom when they were on a save, but they're on rifles now, and looks like no one has elected to push into this smoke. Looks like Ace had a little bit of trouble with that bird, but it doesn't matter because they've got 3 hookah. Syrian takes on the first blood on Trico, making it a 5v4. Activates his shield, gets immediately broken by Jam spamming, but they've been smoked off, and looks like it's kind of stalled with the rest of KC, who are originally poking around long, coming back to help their team. Now, looks like honestly they're trying to head back to A, but they've left Civic in hookah. I don't know if they'll actually go buy this fake. Looks like both Syrian gets yoink, Civic, and Civic actually takes the 1v1.
Last player
But
standing.
looks like Dragon
Spike
Royal
down
and the meantime are
A.
holding down A to a fault. It's all up to Civic, fresh out of the ISO ult. It's a 1v4. We saw this with Otter a few rounds ago. Can he do this again? Cannot. Royal gets 3.
Royal
A
gets
side, locked
3.
down.
Wow, ISO ult
Without
really being
odds, Rebecca.
tactical there on
Standing
behalf of
between
Coach
us
Searing,
and
trying
victory.
to get the pick, and even though he lost the pick, that did give time for the people on A site to be able to get the rest of the KC players, leaving Civic alone and by himself. Honestly, a really good play overall on behalf of MF. we're really starting to see momentum shift. KC is going to really need to pull it together in these next couple of rounds. Otherwise, MF will keep the momentum going. You know how you feel when you win a round after losing a bit. You feel on cloud 9. You feel that confidence. Let's see if they play off of it. Or let's see if this eco on behalf of KC will kind of shatter the hearts of these MF players.
They're, again, heading into the side that on paper is weaker, but it's Drag and it's Royal, and as we saw the last round, anything could happen with these two. They just single-handedly locked down the entirety of A that last round. Let's see if they can do it again. Or if Casey just decided to dip out. The teleporter is, after all, right there. But it looks like Blossom is saying, hey, it's a little too quiet on A. Let's go pop it. Royal gets spotted out by the dog. Let's see if he gets his first kill onto Civic. He does. While they've given up front sight, they have not given up on zero. Looks like Casey is about to He's about to trade his own kill.
Player
Drake
standing.
gets 3 onto Trico, Jam, and VK. Otter manages to refresh finally onto Otter, but Drag with the Sheriff comes in clutch, manages to clean up Otter, preventing another clutch from her. MF get the defuse, and they get their 5th.
And they get their 5th, making this 6-6 half a dream on behalf of MM. What a 3K in that round that we
Last
saw
round before the
absolutely
switch.
as well. We do see going into this match that both teams will have enough money to buy. We do see MF Drag still with that operator, using that operator in a dream for her advantage here for MF. And we do see that operator now head towards B, trying to reposition. But KC, it's hard to see if they've got the read on that and are going to head towards A again and just push it out, or if we're gonna be able to just go to B. But if I'm looking here, it looks like everyone's headed towards showers here. Going straight into Coach Searing and MF Cheerleader.
It's interesting to note that Royal and Drag have both swapped out of A, thinking that it might be a B hit, but they're very wrong. Casey said, hey, let's just go for A again. They might not expect it, probably won't. They just lost there. Looks like the cabin's about to get ripped, but that dog saw 3 of them. There's no way that MF do not know an A hit is coming. The molly comes out, the smoke comes out. VK? The entirety of KC, honestly, not just VK, is entirely stalled out of A. Gets blinded by his own.
I've got your trail.
Cabins are ripped. Looks like the site's starting to happen. Wasn't managed to get 1 onto Trico. Siri just manages to spam.
My territory, my rules.
Chip damage. That one does not get anyone. Blossom hiding in the smoke does not manage to connect anything. Civic manages to clean it up. Looks like KC had the entirety of front site. Bomb should be going down fairly shortly, unless anyone is able to make any good
Spike
headway.
planted.
But with that sensor, Searing is done.
It's you and me. Prepare for hellfire.
There is a brim, there is an ice ult. What is going on? Dragon Ace both managed to get
Last
2.
player
Otter managed to
standing.
get Searing, but Dragon Ace get a second. Get a 3rd onto Jam, and it looks like it's a 6-6 half after what seemed like an extremely rough start from MF.
Yes, exactly. Definitely using the momentum in their favor, using their confidence in their favor. But honestly, that round was a battle of the ultimates. I feel like we saw deadlocks, we
Switching
saw Brim,
sides.
we saw ISOs. It was everybody trying their absolute darndest to try to get that win, to make it 7-5, 6-6 with MF getting it out on top. And looking at the leaderboard here, we see MF Royal at 13-7 and KCVK at 10-9. A battle of the duelists for sure, but Drag really pulling it out that round, making really big impact kills. I'm definitely a believer that, you know, KDA doesn't matter all the time. It does matter when it makes an impact. And so it was a very interesting round and a very exciting round to see Drag get those kills. But also MF Cheerleader and KC Young Civic just being able to shoot through the smokes and get those opening picks. We are going into a pistol round. We do see MF headed towards the A site, going straight into VK and Jam, who seem ready for them. But we'll see if MF will be able to use that 5-man push in their favor.
Yes, the second half, anything can happen. Both these teams look so solid, and it looks like MF are just gonna poke around.
I got
battle of the
ISO.
ISOs, which VK wins
Launching
barely on
smoke.
25 HP, but it looks like the rest of MF is stacked towards short. Let's see if they still elect to go here, but it looks like they're just kind of calmed down. They're saying, hey, we kind of lost our only guy going showers. This might not be the best idea, and Royal and Co
Smoke's
are
down.
already just kind of poking around back. They're like, hey, we don't really want this right now. Let's go B. And going B they are. They're diligently clearing out every angle. They have no idea if anyone's pushed up, but they're going into a site with both deadlock sensors, and especially outside of hookah, if they jump, they're gonna get concussed, and who knows what's gonna happen with the way but Otter's been playing today, especially. There's no guarantee she doesn't get at least 1 pick from those concussed people, and looks like Enrico's native going to connect or her gun, but two for two. A trade happens, but it's
Blinded.
still in favor of
Spike
Casey for the
planted.
initial pick. Let's see what Drag and Ace can pull out of their pockets.
Last player standing.
They went their hands in their pockets. They pulled out nothing. Looks like a solid, convincing pistol round win for Casey.
A solid
Diffuse
round
the
for
spot.
KC. You did say VK go back for that heal, use his teammates' advantage, wait for them to take the retake. MF being able to get the molly kill off, the plant down is still a good round for them, even though they didn't win the pistol. I feel like getting plant down when you're attacking is like very vital, at least to your economy here. And looking at the board, we do see KC going for that bonus, and whereas MF is opting for that pistol round. I don't think they're gonna really go for the bonus here, but you could. We're talking about Royal here. You never really know what could happen with Royal and Drag on a team together, and when it comes to silly, goofy gun plays. But we do see MF leaning towards B here, leaning towards Otter Sleep, but Otter has been a force to be reckoned with this
Barrier
game with the
deployed.
defense. So we'll see how MF is able to handle
Sound
it.
sensor up.
Now it looks like this early wall in center is gonna more or less lock down long for the time being, especially being that MF have far worse guns in this scenario. They're trying to knife the wall, and they do so successfully.
Launching
But
smoke.
They expect Otter to be right there with the
Outta
Spectre.
here.
Looks like they do. Takes one, but Boston managed to get the trade, while Trico managed to get another one to Searing, but Drag managed to get another one to Trico. What is going on? It's even though they're on a 5. Drag on 6 HP, though the retake has already started. All three members flooded into CT. Civic starting up with the Stinger, managed to take down 6 HP. Drag
One enemy
get
remaining.
clean up Ace in elbow with an outlaw, but
Making
last
cover.
one in cheerleader. What can she do? Get one, but gets traded out immediately. It's a good effort and a really good solid save from MF, but unfortunately Casey's guns were too strong and they clean up their second round.
Team Ace.
They do clean out their second round, making it an
man.
8-6 half.
No one
The
at
gun
base is going to
advantage really
believe
helping
us.
them on the retake there to get the round, but that was expensive for KC. MF really putting a dent into their economy here. But it will mean that MF does have the better guns, but as we just saw, really, in Apprentice, it's anyone's game, no matter the gun advantage here. We are seeing VK on the Outlaw. We did see Otter put up a really good fight along with Blossom, MF cheerleader. Honestly, I'm pretty excited to see what the rest of this round plays, because MF is down 2 rounds, but it seems like they're the underdogs of this match, and they're using that to their advantage.
They are down,
Here.
but they're not exactly out. But they are heading into a Casey's stronger site with 3 people in their Brim, Sky, and their ISO. Let's see what they can cook up. Let's yet again another ISO. And actually Searing managed to get the kill onto VK. Looks like they accelerate their hits in the showers, but it looks like someone's about to... Yep. The accelerated Jam managed to cook Drag, but Royal and Coach String both get their kills onto their respective people. Looks like they're going to push into backside. See, there's nothing, but they'll still
Spike
maintain
planted.
the site a little longer. Looks like both Otter and Trico's elected to push together from CT. Let's see what they can do. Their first optimal is Searing, but he's 10
Breaking
HP. I don't know how long he'll last here unless he manages to dome absolutely both of them.
Making cover.
His wall manages to reposition out of bench. But both members of KC still kind of starting to get out of CT, going to the call.
Last player standing.
Their guns. Trico managed to get the trade onto Ace from Royal, but Royal gets 3, gets the round, gets MF their first round of the half onto the board.
Their first round, and I'm sure Royal will be very thrilled with that round with the 3-piece Tendy meal on behalf of himself and the gunplay. But we are seeing an even gun battle here now, but Royal 16-9. Absolutely shredding the KC team right now. We will need to see this round. KC, it's such an important round for them, not only for their mental state, but also to be able to work together as a team to get as many rounds as possible and stop the momentum that MF is trying to create here. We are seeing an MF lean towards 8, 3 going short, 2 going showers. ISO and Blossom ready for them.
Looks like yet another ISO 1v1 with both shields, but it looks like VK's elected actually to leave showers this time, which is very different from what he's been doing before, but it doesn't matter. Looks like the MF hit's about to come in. Looks like actually it's been stalled for a few seconds. You know, the brimstone's coming down. It becomes very, very difficult to try and contest the smoke like that, so looks like everyone's just kind of waiting. That flash detects no one, and all of a sudden KC are going, hey, we kind of left A open, even though they are going to run into Otter and both of her sensors, and if they aren't careful at a hookah, just like that other round, even if they lose, even if they win, they will get touched by that concuss. Let's see, the dog comes in to clear hookah, but it looks like Searing is trying to get a VK. It doesn't work. ISO versus ISO. VK takes down Searing, but it looks like the rest of MF is moved up for B-Take, which goes terribly when Trico managed to get that drag.
Spike down,
Ace managed to revive on Otter. Looks like the ult from
One enemy remaining.
Trico will come in, get 3, and it
30
looks
seconds
like
left.
in a 1v1, even though Royal gets the pick. The other members of KC are there to clean him up. Trico getting a 4K with the round, closing it out, 7-9 for KC.
7-9 for KC.
here
KC
because
Trico
we're the
doesn't know what a
best.
Rosa is in
any of you
sight.
forget
Everybody's
that.
talking about these Raze ults being nerfed. Trico making that look like that's child's play. Trico always hits in these rounds. But no, I will say this, that was quite the round from Trico, and honestly, MF played up a really good fight. There was a couple 1v1s. We did see KC VK going in against Cheerleader, and I will say the Valorant timing in this game is quite impeccable. But we will see an MF default here, 3 going A, 2 going B, and Sky heading out for a lurk there, going to see a little bit of aggressive position on behalf of Young Civic here. Will Royal push out into it?
Buy from both teams are extremely scattered. While KC does have the more Vandals and rifles and such, it's both teams, like, Honor has an Ares, Civic has a Spectre, and then there are Classics and Sheriffs and Spectres all galore on MF. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they try to take any closer gunfights. Especially in Civic's case here, he's doing a great job by doing that since he's isolating a gunfight with a Spectre. He appears to actually be the only one with a Spectre on his team. He's doing a great job just holding on short for the time being. Looks like MF are just trying to poke around wherever they can find, though. KC are perfectly happy not to just as I say that. Looks like Civic's trying to poke around short a little. He's about to go into 4 members of MF if he's not careful enough. But let's see. Let's see this
I've got your trail.
Looks like the cabins are about to go down too. Let's see what happens. Royal gets the first trade onto Civic.
I got
But VK manages to be right on steering.
Smoke's down.
MF
30 seconds left.
Jam is already here. Takes down Drag, but Royal managed to trade onto Jam, his second kill of the
Spike
round.
planted.
Gets seized, and now the round calms down a little more. Looks like I'm around.
Not enough.
But VK with the backstab, but Royal with his third.
One enemy remaining.
Managed to get a boombot kill, and that's the round. Wow, those 3 kills from Royal really almost messed things up for KC, but KC managed to clean that up very nicely, giving KC their 10th round.
KC their 10th round, yes, but also Royal, you can tell, is putting his absolute heart and soul into this map, really trying to get the picks that he needs for his team, but Trico and VK really said, no, this is our round and this is our house, and in that round particularly, being able to come out from 2 separate angles. Normally, players who would like to play together, they played separate, and it worked in their advantage here with MF, Royal, and everyone else on site having, in that 2v2 situation, having to look the other way. Going into this next round, though, 10-7, MF is really pulling it together. This is an important round for them with the forced buy here. We do see MF going towards B side, going towards that Trico and Otter B side. We'll see how this plays out for them.
Well, yes, Royal's already popped his ult. He's in his Empress form. Let's see what he can do with it. But it looks like 3 members of MF and 3 are going through Hookah, 2 are going through Long. But they've got to deal with Trico. She's right here. She's gonna just pow them if they're not careful, you know. 2 birds have been exchanged, but it looks like he's about to use his dog. But will they manage to spot the dog that Trico is? They will not. But Trico will get concussed, but we'll see several members hopping out. But will she manage to backstab? She will get 1. What is going on?
Enemy remaining.
8 manages to get 1.
Spike
but
down,
manages
B.
to trade it out by Jam. So it looks like the last one gets attacked by Otter. Fairly convincing 11th round for KC.
Yeah, this round makes me question if this is a first-person shooter game or if this is an abilities-only game, only because of how much utility came out there. We did see Trico playing into the smoke. MF could not be seen, could not be known unbeknownst to MF, but KC coming out on top that round in what could have been a really big round for MF. We are seeing the broken buy here. Royal, Searing, and Cheerleader pushing into that Vandal buy with the rest of the team a little bit shattered here. We'll see MF going towards Shower straight into KC.
Unfortunately, VK cannot handle all 5 of them. He gets taken down really early into the round. Looks like they're going to extremely short in the round, but But Civic managed to swing
It's
a smoke
you
against
and
his
me.
guy counterpart. But Theory managed to yoink Jam and then yoink Civic. Getting a second. Looks like bomb will go down for MF. It's all up to Otter.
Spike
Otter
planted.
and Trigo. Wait,
Last
it's
player
3v4, but
standing.
now it's a 3v1. I misspoke. Apologies. But now it's all up to Trico to secure maybe up to match point at least. But gets lightly tagged by Royal. Looks like he's ready to pop his Leer or whatever. But gets naded. This might cause some issues, but it doesn't really matter. Drag swings out. Prevent Casey from getting to match point. Get their aid.
They get their ace with, wow. That opening pick on VK was really, I think, what got them the round. MF's confidence and MF being able to push there. Looking at the scoreboard here, too, you can see that, yes, Royal is pushing in, but you can tell that the rest of the team, Coach Searing especially, with that ultimate onto Young Civic, that was a big, important round. They lost their flash utility, leaving KC kind of a little bit disjointed there. MF looking to go A again after that, their great success. Now
You want to
KC
play?
having
Let's
3 people
play.
on A to try to combat that. We'll see if that works in KC's favor.
I guess I'd like to
Over there.
use her op this round in the form of her tour de force. Looks like that dog will get some early info on MF. We'll spot a few outside, and looks like VK says, hey, I might have to be ready to rotate to A at any given point, but MF are kind of sensing that KC might actually kind of be stacked over A, especially with the deadlock utility, and the 2 doubled up in U-Haul, and they're saying, hey, let's not. So looks like they're walking around, they're assessing their options, but I don't know if they know that they're about to be met with VK and Civic over here on B. Let's see what happens, but looks like the round's pretty quiet right now. But both are double dipping hookah, so let's see. This round has actually been a lot slower than a lot of the other rounds we've seen this have. Looks like MF are just trying to bait something out of KC since they've been so aggressive in trying to get opening picks so early this round. But it looks like they're about to start their kit. The dog comes out, the shield gets out, shield gets broken by Trey. So does the dog, but Fury managed to get his first on BK, but Jam managed to cook Ace in return. Although it looks like MF has fight, I don't know how long that's going to last. While Fury managed to vulnerable them, he cannot land the kills. Casey managed to get 2, but Royal managed to refrag onto Otter. They've got 10 seconds though. They have to do something, and they have to do it now. Drag with the op and Royal. Neither of them are near that bomb, but they have to do something now. Otherwise, the round is going to go to KC, and looks like that's going to happen. Trico's going to get dragged right after the round's ends. While Royal's going to clean up Trico. That's match point. We're on match point in favor of KC.
We are on match point. What looked like to be an incredible take here on behalf of MF. KC just able to stomp that momentum, get the planter, forcing MF onto site, and then using that time advantage in their favor. MF really trying to change the tempo of the game there. Instead of doing these big aggressive hits that MF and KC are known for, they paused, they defaulted, they waited, and their patience didn't pay off. KC was ready for them. Going into match point with 2C MF, going aggressive, going into A site here.
Little do they know they're going to be met with Death on Utility and Brim and Raze. Let's see what the Molly has already come out, the smokes have already come out, and little do they know they have both sensors to deal with here. The dog comes out, the Leer comes out, the Molly is faded. Let's see if MF actually decides to go here. Looks like they do. Concuss has gotten a lot of them, but looks like they said, MF says, I don't care, we're going to go anyway. Looks like the bomb goes down. Looks like Otter will all go down as well. Kills going in favor. It's a 3v3, but Blossom is extremely low. Let's see if MF managed to hold this close point well. Looks like the retake from KC is slowly but surely coming in. They've already got backside, and they've got a Pincer and Civic coming in from behind. Now MF are starting to feel trapped. They're saying, what the heck? There's 3 everywhere. But Drag managed to get the refrag onto it. It's a 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
And Drag managed to get 4! Cleans up the 4K. They said you are not getting this map right this yet.
Take aim.
Absolutely. Drag looked at them and
complicate
said no, and not only said no, but got a 4-piece 10D mil doing that, getting that pick on KC, Young Civic. I don't think the comms were there from KC. No one was ready. They were looking directly at Ace, and Drag, just based on her positioning, was able to get the 2 and solidify the round for MF there. A really good job on behalf of MF, not only getting onto site, but that post plant was much cleaner on their part. Let's hope that they can continue to have those types of cleaner rounds, but it looks like KC with 3 on the A site is ready for MF.
Well, MF has said, while it ain't broke, don't fix it. But looks like KC kind of got a red. Got classic, got a shorty in U-Haul. They must have heard those shorties. MFS says, I don't know about this shorty right now, but they've got the concuss, and Otto's going to swing off of that. She can't get any value off of it, but Jam managed to get the first kill onto Searing with a stinger. While
planted.
Bomb is down, Royal takes down Jam as well. 4v4, but Royal managed to get another one in Civic, even though Civic managed to get ace in the process. Looks like the Seekers will come out. They'll find there's no one flank for now, but the retakes come in. But Royal gets his third. His gun is glowing. Can he make it glow to an ace? Find out. Looks like he's about to contest a fourth in PK.
One enemy
He managed to get his
remaining.
fourth. He's on for an ace, and he knows the last one is a U-Haul. Will he be able to get it? Looks like he just took the classic. And trying in classic fashion, steals the ace, but 4K from Royal. Still very impressive. Both
Still
teams
very
are now
impressive.
Up to double digits.
100%. Up to double digit, and looking at the leaderboard here with kills, Royal just really going for all of the kills that he could possibly get, but in this case it's working in his favor. You could really tell he was playing with his team there. Drag really, yes, getting the ace kill, but honestly getting that round was big. If Drag had lost that, if Royal had gone for it and gotten a little hungry there, it could have gone definitely south. So let's see MF going A again with Drag on the lurk going towards B. It's going to be a very big round with a showers push here.
Absolutely. I mean, I said this last round, I'll say it again. MF keep winning on A, so they said, hey, let's do it again. But they've switched it up a little more this time with Drag trying to poke around Hookah, but the little does she knows she's running back, and she gets taken down by the combined forces of Civic and Trico. It's now a 4v5 in favor of KC. While VK ults, he doesn't manage to get anyone, and Roy barely managed to sidestep it. Last four members outside of MF, they're probably about to gear up for a take, but little do they know, they've got three here, and waiting outside that shower is the sensor.
No
Looks like Jam will
distractions.
try and isolate a 1v1, and will manage to grab Jam. Who will win? Looks like Jam will actually manage to take out Searing, but that's the only kill that goes in the favor of KC, as MF managed to get two more, and the bomb down.
Spike down.
Looks like
A.
Royal will get his
One
third
enemy
again,
remaining.
but we'll get immediately
Last
taken down
player
at the distance
standing.
by Trico. It's a 1v1. Trico versus Cheerleader. Can they get this? Can Blossom manage to see another round?
Got the
Well,
spike.
okay, will Trico say, nuh-uh.
30 seconds
more.
left.
Let's see. Looks like they're trying to barely tiptoe, but Blossom elects for a TP, but that also alerts Trico that she's leaving. And although B is free, Trico's swiftly and quickly on her way. 30 seconds on the left on the clock, and Blossom manages to plant the bomb. Looks like she's electing to hit the elbow. If she's fast enough, she might get a timing, but Trico's clearing outside fast. She wants to know where Blossom is. She wants to wrap this up as fast as humanly possible. She knows that she's clear long. Hey, Blossom is there, but where could she be? And Blossom managed to get the 1v1 onto Trico. MF lived to see another day, 11-12.
Definitely live to see another day. This is a nail-biting match between KC and MF. Blossom in the 1v1 with Trico. Definitely Trico thinking they could use height towards their advantage here, but Cheerleader, MF Cheerleader, Blossom was ready for that, leaving KC and MF mostly full buys, but KC's buys are looking a little rough here. I don't know about you. Looking at this leaderboard, I'm a little intrigued to see what KC is going to do here on the defense. Really excited to see a little bit more of a default, though. Maybe they're going to make noise MF going towards A, or are they just going to be doing a classic default here?
They will cover.
Loki has the read on this. They've shifted the read over to, oh, as I say that, Otter actually might start to leave B, but her sensors are both still up, and with Deadlock sensors having no range, and that Sky utility, at least one person. Looks like Casey elects to moved over to B for 4 people. If MF might just be running into a stacked site here if they're not careful. They've got the dog ready. They've got the angles. Will MF be able to? Trico gets the cleanest first kill on Cheerleader, saying, "Hey, you got that last round, but you aren't taking me down 2 rounds in a row." Managed to get Hookah secured for the time being, but looks like Searing is actually poking into A, saying, "Hey, A is kind of free. At least front side is. I don't know if he's about to see if Dan is expected. Manages to take him down back side. Little do the other BK's managed to got the early timing into U-Haul. Will MF like eventually they won't backside come in for 1 for 2, but gets immediately traded by Ace eventually. Looks like Drag managed to get another kill on Civic, but Otter managed to get the refrag onto Drag with her ult.
Here comes the party!
Last player standing.
Gets
One
headshot
enemy
in
remaining.
mid-air by Ace. It is all up to Ace in order to get this into a match, but the stick comes through.
Defenders win.
While Ace put up a good
the
fight.
bomb!
Otter just held for real
Well
quick.
done.
GG's in chat. 11-13 for KC.
11-13 for KC. A GG on behalf of KC MF. What a hard-fought battle. It leads me to wonder if Ace even knew that Otter was on the bomb or if it was just a tap. Who knows about that last round? That last round is history. Going into this next match, MF needs to shake it off in order to get there. Look, they were so close to taking a map off of KC. If they don't want KC to 2-0, they need to shake this off and get ready for the next map, which looks like it's going to be Ascent here. Looking at this scoreboard here, you just see Royal and Trico and VK on top, and Coach Searing with Drag right behind them. Very much a duelist heavy map, but we did see some great impact kills on behalf of Otter and Drag on both sides. Very exciting to see this matchup. 1-0 KC. Looking into the second map here, I'm really looking forward to see KC's defense side, but also see how MF fares on the Ascent defense here. Wondering about what type of agents they're going to pull out here to try to shift the tide into their favor to see what's going on. But with that said, Aki, do we have any predictions into going into this map 2 before we take a 5-minute break here?
No, honestly, that first map was extremely close, and I don't know what to expect anymore. Both teams put up a really good fight. As the sides will switch for this first time around, MF will be starting attack, and KC will be starting defense for Ascent. If MF put up numbers like KC did, and the reverse, honestly, map 2 could go either way, and a 13-11 doesn't say a lot about what could happen for map 2, so who knows?
Who knows? And with that said, we are going to have a little bit of a 5-minute break. And after the break, we're going to have a shift in casters and casting crew as well. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We'll be back after a short scheduled 5-minute break. Please let us know in the comments who you're looking to see for map 2. Use the prediction to be able to cheer on for the people that you're looking for. And this is Queen Bee signing off. Aki, have a good rest of the stream.
Ooh, well, let's see. Welcome back, everyone. It has been a very long 5 minutes since y'all have seen me, hasn't it? I am back. Queenie has been replaced by the one and only Striker with me tonight.
How's it going, everyone? You know, just another PN subbing in for their fellow PNer, and we're gonna have a great second map coming for you, and exciting, and all the regulation rounds here in map 1, and we'll be moving over to, I believe, Ascent for map 2, as MF will look to take the score to 1-1. KC will look to secure a 2-0 and stay atop the standings.
Absolutely. So we'll be heading into Agent Select here shortly, but that first map was a doozy for both MF and KC. Both teams put up such a good fight. I believe it was 6-6 at the end of the half, and it was honestly such a good showing for both teams. So many people got so many 4Ks, so many clutches. Royal, Drag, Otter, everyone just kind of turning it up, especially for all these people. It was just crazy. And again, we'll be heading into Agent Select shortly. Let's see what these people be cooking over here.
Yeah.
Where's Ascent? Europe?
Somewhere. Yeah, it feels pretty European. I
Yeah.
mean, we do have, the new agents still in play to a certain level, but I feel like they're a little less impactful here on Ascent, where the map's kind of solved, and it's kind of solved for a reason.
Yeah, honestly, Ascent's been around since the Dark Ages, it feels. It's been one of the beta maps, and
Yeah.
a lot of teams are comfortable on it, and it shows.
And no real major changes either, I think, is another interesting aspect of it. And I think like the jet has become such like an integral part of this map. Maybe you can do that second duelist if you're feeling it, but I feel like this has so been a double initiator. But looks we'll be getting double duelist here.
Yeah, it's just very interesting that even with all the duelist changes recently on ISO and Reyna and Neon, like Jet is still, especially on Ascent, has been such a dominant force. Even though that Jet, I don't believe, received any changes in the last patch. So it just shows how much of a stable Ascent is for so many people and for so many teams. Looks like the entirety of MF have locked in all their picks. KJ, Omen, Reyna, Fade, Jet. Looks very standard. The only thing is that they don't have any flashes. They only have blinds in the form of Omen and Reyna. So it'd be interesting to see where they take this. Looks like KC
for sure. KC locks in together as always. But yeah, KC rocking. This is the bog standard one Ascent comp, please. But you know what they say, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, and that might be their plan tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like one duelist versus two, but MF are attacking first, so theoretically with two duelists their attacking side should be fairly strong, but with the two initiators, KC have a lot of intel to work with, and as we load into this first map...
Yeah, load into this first map, the double initiator comp, especially because KO, which obviously can be played as like that quasi second entry style duelist here. But it will be interesting to see how MF handle this attack.
Looks like Otter's struggling a little with those mollies there, looking
Alarm bot
standard lane setup.
Placing swarm grenade.
Setting up for that classic B hold. And it looks like MF looking to oblige them here by going right into the teeth of the KJ setup on pistol.
Rah! Oh. Like we'll be going into a tech pause as it's been requested for a brief second. Looks like we'll be going on a wonderful tour of Ascent in the meantime.
Yeah, it is interesting though. Look at this initial setup of Fade. Fade kind of lurking off by themselves, like their only real major piece of kind of like of intel.
My bad, chat. I did do that early. I did it too late, but looks like KC go into the first round.
Knife doesn't catch anyone. Our players still working up here into B. Jet though, aggressing out. B is VK looking to take contact.
Recalling my bot.
Ace are passing. You do hear the intel. Otter does get out, dashing on through his royal. Sight will be taken without a fight. Will be getting into a 5 versus 5 retake. Sammy coming in through both sides of the smokes. DK will get that first pick onto Ace, dealing with the lurker. 4 versus 5.
Spike planted.
On site. We'll have 5 out there. 3v1, Jam getting one as well. Just the one, but is traded right back. 2 versus 4. Well, HP a little long stomach.
Last player standing.
He gets one. Away. There's no Otter will clean up the round. This round on the board now. For,
Yeah. One interesting thing to note with that round is that even though MF managed to avoid Otter's microwave setup and lane fairly well, they were not able to hold on to that post plant as much, as a lot of them fell fairly early, and it was left in a 1v4 rather quickly. Yeah, like, you can, it just goes to show that you can play all your cards correctly, and sometimes guns are just proven too great in some cases. It's like Otto again.
This is a tough round. You gotta like get it just right.
Alarm bot out.
But you know, for sure, like,
Placing swarm grenade.
they were trying to take a lot of that aggressive space, but just the reflood came in a little
Bring them
bit
down.
JC. They're in the eco, and they are just kind of playing a nice little default. Ready to pick though. DK will get that first blood onto Royal with the Outlaw. Looking for more. Darcy pushing up in out to mid is Civic. Drag holding this angle. One way has been thrown. Still looking for a pick. Is spotted by the turret. Swinging in his drag. When it does win it. HP out of this. Only back up to 60. Still 4 versus 4, but gun advantage still clearly in their hands. Trico holding down. Gets one.
Spike
Gets two.
down mid.
The blind comes in flashing back and forth. Classics. The fight trying to hold. Does win it out.
Recalling my bot.
Spike though is really just still.
Still waiting.
This is a little awkward. Cheerleader very low on HP. They are rotating.
Last player standing.
Otter will get one on to Ace. It's all on Cheerleader. 2 HP and a dream. No spike. Oh, definitely saw the shoulder peek. They are aware of each other.
30 seconds left.
Don't think Cheerleader knows. They're all here on the Ace site. Smoke slowly recharging. Does have one teleport in hand, but just being held right now by VK with that Outlaw. Here's the flashback. Should be 2. Time is ticking away. Oh, the Bucky.
10 seconds
Bucky
left.
about to strike.
Who could have done here?
And it does. Bulldog secured. Second round secured.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say Casey did lose 2 of those members in the process, and as I believe Drag got Civic in mid, I will say that one way that jammed through in tiles wasn't exactly a one way. It was more of a full way. You could see the entire body of Zork through that thing. But it's okay, it's not that counts.
It's a one way, you know, everything's a one way from a certain
Placing alarm bot.
sometimes, they're one way from the other
Placing
team.
swarm grenade.
But
Perhaps.
rifles now in the hand of MF. Kind of a dangerous
Standing ahead.
that Outlaw. And Bulldog.
Cutting the
Catching on. Trying to deal with the safe. On the site. Otter gets that first kill. Bucky unable to take it. Doesn't play, but is traded back by BK. They collect Trico. 3 versus 4. Spike will go down.
Spike
Numbers
planted.
advantage here for the enforcers. Holding on site. 2 players on site. Bomb site property. Holding up. Ace takes that swing. Does the damage. Royal gets another. Damn, though, trades back on Ace. 2 versus 3. BK jumps up top. Has Vandal in hand. Looking to do some work. Sees the first on the go.
One enemy remaining. Last
Got
player
versus one,
standing.
and BK wins it for 3 on the round.
Wow,
Power-
what a
bonus
round
secured.
from GK. He's 6-0 now. He hasn't died a single time this round. And I will say, MF really had a solid post plant, but I think Casey's timing, it was a little bit of Casey's timings were just really well played together, as well as MF just was overpeaking a bit that round. They said, hey, I want to trade my teammates, but unfortunately kept picking into multiple members of KC, and that ended up being their downfall. And KC got their 3rd round on the board.
3rd round. You know, this is the momentum you want. They are trying to build their way in. Bank also now looking pretty big, forcing the save here. 1 hero rifle will be bought, and young Civic does have the Woden online. 4 players here on A. Setup is kind of weak. Might be able to get something done here with a big explosion. Coach Shearing was suppressed though. They are holding. Will potentially take this fight with BK. Oh, both just kind of trade some shots. No damage done just yet. Blinds are being traded. Dashing onto site. Drago gets the first onto Trico. That's now a their hand. Damn gets one, but is traded right back by Royal. Quickly into a 3 versus 4. Excellent eco take for the Enforcers. DK looking to bring the numbers back in. Spam the Brew. It's like a platform here. Working their way back in. So Guardian Gaming. But Otter will put out onto Ace. 3 versus 3. Both Jets have taken some damage here. That got in.
One enemy remaining.
Trades back and forth.
Thrifty.
Coach doing low up there, lurk. Finally coming to pass. Big third round just to get on the board.
Yes,
This round
daily
just kind of goes
tactics
to
would only
show
work
that
for
anything
so
can
long.
happen in VDC, no matter the score, no matter the guns. At the beginning of that round, the only person who had anything that wasn't a sheriff actually was Drag and a Phantom. Everyone else on MF at the beginning of that round had a sheriff, and their team play was just too good. They managed to be able to get the timings on KC. They identified when they drop where they are, and just managed to get everyone in the process. Get their first
Absolutely.
round.
Found that weak site. Took out those 2 players. Suddenly, the guns are a little more even. Alright, rifles him. Onto a big mistake. Oh, Knives. Oh, DK does take some initial damage here. Solo trying to get away. Gets tagged up. Getting out, but Ace will collect them. For this 5 first pick goes to the attackers. They're moving around together, TPing on site. Aggressive together. Jam gets one. Cheerleader trades right back though onto Jam. 3 versus 4. Once again, numbers advantage here.
Spike planted.
Back in the tree. But this coach searing flank is still happening. Is Trico aware? They are kind of aware. Timing is going to be key here. Going into each other, Trico wins it out 3 versus 3, leveling up the score.
I can't use that.
Headshot.
Last player
Back.
standing.
Oh, another. It's all on. It's the first. Oh, the revive though will happen.
Cover going out.
Try to spam the spike, it looks like.
One enemy remaining.
One.
Kill.
For their third. All on Trico now. Standing away again. Gets the half. Oh no, bullets. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Getting by the hair on their cheerleader. Flushes that out.
Cheerleader managed to get 4 kills there, bringing her score up to 7 and 4 with 2 assists is insane. She really clutched up for her team, bringing it up to 3 and 2. Oh, I will say that fight between who was it, Searing and Trico in mid was insanely crucial for their timing. That was kind of the kill that almost won the round for KC. It was just that
Placing
Lob
alarm
just kind of got in their puzzle a little too much there.
But
Here.
so almost not fighting through the smoke.
Get out of my way!
On a hair frame. Royal though, with knives. Another eco. Yeah. Knife. Go comes on. Dash. Oh, dash is stopped. There's 130 gunship above. Does collect Otter. 3 versus 5. Trico though trades one back onto Coaching. Effective anti-lurk. Right has been secured. Looking for rifle. Royal finds none. Spike will go down.
Spike planted.
Okay, working their way through B main. Does get caught by the C. But still, time ticking away. That's not in their favor. Feels like this should be an MF round. So they're still pulling in main as well. This is the first. Just taking down real trouble. Holding together.
Last player
Their
standing.
flank happens. Dragon works well. They get their second. 3 versus 3. This attack starting to show up here for the Enforcers.
Absolutely. The map is now even, and especially on a defense-sided map like Ascent. I mean, MS really pulling it together to make it a very close game already, even though it's only the 7th round. Cheerleader has been proven to be such a valuable asset for MS these last 2 rounds especially, and it shows as Civic calls a timeout. See what's gonna go on the last few rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, if you're KC, just take some deep breaths, reassess what's been happening to you. 'Cause, all these rounds have been pretty close. You're on your bye, but it is a fragile bye, and you don't want to let MF's money get a little run that rampant.
Absolutely. I will say though, several members of KC and MF both have been going on a tear. VK 7 and 3, Trico is 6 and 6, but has 5 assists. She's been such a valuable asset for her team with those blinds, with those mollies, with those everything really. And on the side of MF, on the top of the leaderboard are Cheerleader and Drag. Drag has been a wonderful entry year for MF. as we get a wonderful, wonderful shot of Fade's face. Wonder if Ace will see this broadcast.
You know,
Oh, oh. Oh,
maybe
I
that was not meant
never,
to be viewed this close.
I always wondered why, I never realized that the agent's eyes, like, move like real eyes. I don't know. It just seems kind of, wow.
The only
okay.
agent face I really pay attention to is a KO sometimes.
Shadows
Alright, aggression here coming. Looks like they're in for a quick A attack here. A has kind of been the
Face your fear!
Catch one, they're gonna dash on though. Holding on, lose so much space here. The collapse. The retake is coming.
Spike planted.
Down. And J. Oh. Both KJLs are available. We could get some Venn diagrams.
You should run.
And we do. Venn diagrams are being portioning out this bomb site. Both teams kind of timing for it. Royal. 1 by 2. Traded back by Otter. 3 versus 4.
Caught one.
Royal gets 1. The attacker gets 1. Equal trades. Jam. Pretty big here. Way on though. Move with drag on the flank. Gets 1 through door.
One enemy remaining.
Another. Coach String will collect the last 4 rounds now in a row for the enforcers.
My 3rd grade science teacher would be so happy with that round. Freaking god, so many Venn diagrams happening. The battle of the KJ ult was really that round, and with both teams getting 1, I feel like the space just kind of became nobody's for a good bit amount of time, and that just kind of bought MF so much time to be able to set up the post line to be able to deal with the flood that came in afterward.
There.
Yeah, the drag just worked out such a
Okay,
late
Jet.
came
Time
through,
to
so you're
fly.
just never expecting the rain to come through.
Absolutely.
Alright. Still stacking on B. Bit of a gamble, it appears, with this eco. Okay, gambled and lost, though. Will lose their dash. But just a slow default. Expecting the aggression was MF, and now they'll slowly begin to pry out some map control here. No op yet, but still holding mid, working their way into. Trying to identify where the weak link is. Otter just hiding here behind Dice with a full kind of kit and caboodle of utility. OBK does get some chip damage though onto Cheerleader. Only 40 HP left here. The Storm will seem to be coming onto the A site once again. Rotates are coming in. Here comes the pressure, jumping on up in.
Long
Here
grenade
comes the
out.
mollies. Royal is just gonna have to dash through. Oh! Takes the buck, he can't get the kill! Ace will collect the Cheerleader. It's another on to Jam. 3
Spike
into
planted.
The post plant. Do some damage here. Trigo holding for aggression. Here comes the Sova ult. Does collect Coach Drag. Stinger just not enough. Does get the heal, but only 50 HP left though. BK. Does make the classic happen. Doesn't have a lot of HP. Only 5 HP. Oh, and they see one. Looking to swing. Right click coming in. Can't get it. The TVs, they go up high. Time ticking away. High low has possessed. Trying to close the door. Ooh, kind of locking out. This is almost a
One enemy
Oh, the
remaining.
headshot angle from Ace. On DK, but he's
So much
free.
for their elite agents.
With the 3K, he quadrupled his kills there. What a big round for Ace, and especially, again, I just kind of keep singing Blossom's praises. Cheerleader's praises here, but God has she been so much, had so much impact on these rounds that MS has won. She bought just so much time in mid, which is trying to stall both arms of the KC there, especially with the Marshals, and with the rifle upgrades that the other one got. It didn't matter. Blossom just bought so much time in mid there that it kind of invalidated the skill that BK got into drag, really.
And fearlessly TPing onto site with Royal, giving them the support they need.
The hunt begins.
Royal duel here, dashing away immediately. Here comes the hit. Does that where the KJ is, and then they are trying to aggress, but they have found a heap of bodies here. Big gun battle. About to Cheerleader. Get that first on Ace gets another DK. Steering gets one on
One enemy remaining.
Two is drag straight
Spike
right back.
down B.
It's all onto Otter. And a 1 versus 3. Heroic
Spike
are
planted.
required. Crossfires are being established. This will be super.
Team Ace.
Crossfire is too strong. Team Ace.
Wow.
6 in a row. And that
Is everyone's tech still
Forcing
working?
their will right
Double
now.
check it, please.
I see what you did there. Anyway, Now, the really interesting thing to note here is that Ascent is typically considered a defense-sided map, and with the first 3 rounds that Casey got, you would think nothing of it. It'd just be, oh, yeah, it's defense. Of course Casey would be doing well. But then MF just kind of come tearing back through. 6 rounds in a row? They've been kind of absolutely on a tear, and these fights on site, and even if the members of Casey manage to get one, they always get a retry.
Aggression here coming out with 2 rifles hero. Butcher just take a lot of chip damage though. Has been seen by DK. Looking to get the first one. Swing in, but Ace trades back on the trigger. That's one of the guns got. They'll need to work to pick that up though. Royal also gets one on the jam. Royal up in. Oh, but the great shot from DK. Will trade out Royal, but it's very good.
No spike planted.
HP is low on Asian. Coach Shimmer is taking the fight, but DK wins it out for their second. 3 versus 2. Low HP of Ace almost makes this a 2 versus 2. They'll die almost anything here.
One enemy remaining.
Team cheerleader brings it up.
Wow.
Another team.
Where are
Come back. 7 in a row now.
I'd just like to give a shout out to MF's site takes, because that past round, the bomb was planted in 20 seconds, not even, and much less. Remember the KC were down. Yes, the MF members were fatter numbers. So many of them were at half HP or lower, but they had 4, and they had the bomb down. They so convincingly had that site, and so convincingly took that site take. I don't even know what happened. There's a fight in mid. There's a fight on site, but it didn't really matter. MF took the bomb, took the plant, and took the round.
Yeah, MF have just done such a really good job figuring out where the KJ is not. Takes the fight, gets one, but is immediately traded back onto by Royal. For that nice battle potentially happening. Oh, getting blinded and spammed right quick tries to find something, but doesn't. Royal will collect DK. 3 versus 4. Some damage. Chico spamming through.
Spike planted.
Oh, what a great spam from Trico. Here comes the ult. 3 versus 3. Ace.
My ult is ready.
Otter though trades back onto Chile. 2 versus 2. Okay. Sights always shifting. All hiding behind and trees. That's a tough crossfire.
Can't use that.
One
enemy remaining.
Gets one onto Trico. It's all on Otter.
One enemy remaining.
50 HP in a dream here. Oh, do they see the molly? They do. Needs to try to get half. Does get half. Tries to hold. Fight. Pushing. Will clean up 8 in a row now. And that the landslide feels to be on.
Last round in the
Yeah,
half.
like
Last
Rico
round
was
to use
such a
our creds
dominant
and
force in that
abilities.
round. I feel
Don't
like a lot
waste
of
your
these
firepower.
rounds, Casey almost manages to steal away that round with one person just kind of
Placing sentry.
being a lot of difference, especially with being able to stand Royal on top of Jen. That was a huge kill for KC, and even with the null command being popped right afterwards, so that could have been a round for KC. It's just the timing was not.
Placing
there,
swamp grenade.
unfortunately.
Alarm bot
Then,
out.
Something about horseshoes and hand grenades. And there once again, the line only on A. Cochino gets that first pick onto Trico, taking that initial challenge. All potentially on to Kron here, who's now rotating away. Knives have been popped. Royal kind of holding for like this mid push, but A site has been completely abandoned. Site could be another easy spike plan here for the enforcers. Working their way on Civic though, coming back. Will need to stand up big. Here gets VK, but Jam gets 2 with the Bulldog on Royal, the cheerleader. A 1 through the Rhino blind, but Drag trades it right back. 2 versus 2.
Boss coming back.
Spike planted.
Run away from ult, Jam on the flank. Double Bulldogs against double Vandal. Working their way in. They've taken into hell here for the hold. It will be heard. Working their way on through. Could grab a rifle upgrade here. Could Otter. They might just keep working their way out. Breaking it.
Cover going out.
Do they know they're both here? They know one's there. Do they know they're both there?
Stealing sight.
Blind comes in. I'm not sure.
Last player
They
standing.
out. And Drag trades it. Great
go.
off angle being played there. Great 9-3 half. 9 in a row.
Switching sides.
Now, Casey's really gonna have to hope for the 9-3 Chris to really be real for this game for them to have any hope of coming back. 9-3, while it is doable for Casey to come back, and one of the things that happened in BDC matches for sure, but facing the fact, a 9-3 half in the favor of MF is a very tough situation for Casey to be in, especially since they were so dominant the first couple rounds of their defense half. So let's see what they cook up on attack.
Absolutely. A very crucial for this round. KC need to dig deep. That cold brew in their veins.
Let's fly.
Here they are leaning towards A, but the gamble is coming out. There are 4 players here to wait them as they're going for appears to be an A split here. But Searing just kind of holding in mid, playing contact. They have to hear them thundering up. Drag will take this first contact. That first kill is Drag. Royal gets one as well onto VK. Chasing him down. Gets one onto Drag.
Last player standing.
But Ace gets 2. Still going fast and heavy.
Sorry, the Western came out a little there, but that's MF. I feel like you never really expect a gamble stack on pistol round, but MF kind of coming in full force with that one, kind of read KC, and even though it's a fairly unconventional mid cat A split through mid, it still worked fine for MF. They had so many people on site that KC were not expecting, and it worked out for them. They have their 10th on the board, and they're fairly comfortable with guns.
Yeah, MF has been, I think, had such a read on what KC wants to do. Here comes the force, a bunch of stingers. Well, that first pick and get right out immediately. Okay, though, working their way up into tree with Otter. Royal is once again waiting.
Grounded.
Another. 3 for more. Nom nom nom. Gets the third. Rico though does get cheerleader. Drag working. Their last 2 are here trap. The swing comes in, dashing out again. Roll clutch. Away. Jam gets another.
1 enemy remaining.
Drag drop spike.
Spike down
Full
A.
HP.
Last player
Rico gets
standing.
1. That Vandal has been donated. It's Coach Searing versus Trico here. I'm taking off for plenty of time though. The rotate will be coming. Is it heard? Trico needs to pull this round out.
Suppressing.
Well, that knife will catch him.
One
There
suppressed.
they are. Decent amount of util for post plan as well. How will they play? Will they hide boat? Will they get aggressive?
30 seconds
They
left.
Tap? Looking for the fight. But they don't know. Coach Searing though is coming through B main. Oh, nice. They hear him. Coach does hear him. Here's that plant. Timing here is going to be
Spike
crucial.
planted.
Flash comes in. Decent flash, but does Trio get the corner? The timing here is critical, and the timing favors the coach. They'll put round 11 on the board.
During schooling KC there, managed to clean up the last kill on Trico, and brings MF to 11. Now the big thing here is that Royal, and I want to say in the first 15 seconds of the round, just cleaned up 3 people on KC. Just kind of just Thanos snapped them out in existence. And even though he did eventually die to, I think it was Jam Stinger or something of that sort. Casey almost brought that back. It was a 1-1 and honestly, both had fairly good, so it was a fairly equal fight. It just came down to the timing, which, as you can tell, Searing managed to swing into Trico with her back showing, and it just kind of shows how much time to do it.
They are on this eco. Walking on through. Ooh, getting out though. Does take a chunk of damage, does VK. They're all just so aware. They're all still for the most part. Oh, Shock Dart comes in, chunking away on the cheerleader.
Here.
Just holding here. Holding. Here comes swarming on through A. Trying to spam on through. Not a lot of bullets though.
No more. Spike planted.
Gets 2. 3. 3. What do they get 4? Will they see 4? Can they get 4? Stinger gets 1. They know where. Oh, VK has been sold.
1 enemy
4
remaining.
for Coach. It up with the Bulldog. 12 rounds now on the board. 9 chances to tie up this match day.
Thanks.
Upcoming.
It's
One away from KJL too.
honestly a little funny that
You don't
MF have this
deserve
thing. They
my
did it like once or twice on Bind as well, but they have this thing where someone managed to get a 4K
Match
and
point.
someone says, you know, of course, I get it's team play, but also they just kind of steal the ace. So, you know, I think it was Royal there. He said, you don't need any more kills, Searing. I got this one. Managed to get a 16th kill of the game. 16-11, going on a tear. So is Drag, 15-10. Both players, both duelists on MF, just really putting out really good numbers for their teammates.
Yep, all of MF currently positive. Having a great, and one out of 12 rounds in a row. Drag takes the contact, but BK dashes away. Oh, BK gets one under Royal. That's an important visual, but Ace trades right back onto BK. 4 versus 4.
No one walks away.
Trying to turn off
Flashbang.
Flashed up. On the side. Drag gets 2.
Spike down B.
Gets a third.
This might be rough.
One enemy remaining.
Jam gets one on the coach. Find another. Oh, one. Drag gets their third of the round to close it
Defenders
out.
win.
13 rounds in a row. The gentleman's 13-0, one could almost call it.
Whoa. What a game! Drag getting, what, a 3K, a 4K to close out that game? When Trico popped that ult, I was like, whoa. But MF had it in the bag. They weren't even concerned.
Not even worried. Drag steals top frag from off the very last second. But the Enforcers do even out the match day, 1-1. So both teams will walk away with a point added to their scores.
Yeah, and looking at the scoreboard real quick, both duelists, Drag and Royal, 3 first bloods. Their econ is fairly good too, 90 and 76. Both duelists, both positive. Such good and dominant forces for MF tonight. On both maps, even though MF lost the first map, everyone still put out really good numbers. And like, no matter the score, everyone did a really good job just kind of supporting each other and their team tonight. And they should be good. They'd be proud that they put their best foot forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Strong showings from both teams across these 2 maps. An exciting match that we got to bring you here on a non-standard day.
Absolutely. Well, I think that might be it for the stream tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed my yapping. I hope y'all enjoyed Queenie's yapping when she was here first map. But, well,
Yeah?
I gotta stretch after that one. Well, anyway, I'm Aki.
And I'm Striker. Join us in the Discord, and VOD will be up shortly on YouTube. Go watch it there.
Goodbye!